We are recording, motherfuckers. And here was the legendary Reaper Shadow. Here to interview about the album the Shadow of Grief. So let's pray the good old man, the myth, the legend, himself. Reaper Shadow, welcome to You May Now Take the Stand.
All right, hello people. You may know me on this channel as the Shadow Fox 57, but I do go under a musical name known as Reaper's Shadow.
Yes, the secret's out now. It wasn't really a secret, but still it's out. For those who did know. Ha ha ha.
I mean, it's about the same way you could fucking figure out how a sewer person was nine tails. You just have to listen to the fucking voice enough, the music.
Yeah, there you go. Oh. Shall we get right into the gritty?
Yes, let's get to it. I
All
want
right.
another hour video.
All right, here we go, boys. Let's get. Where did the idea of making this album come from?
Well, I wanted to make a story album like how I did on Kurama SD. The story album I made on there was What If I Said What I Meant. It was basically a whole story about essentially anti-SD fucking freezing over the earth, and then our character Austin suffering, which Austin also represents basically Reaper's Shadow before Reaper's Shadow came to be. So at the end of the day, um, he goes into a coma, flashes back through a bunch of memories until agitation where he's tortured, and then he finally breaks out in the song Pain with Angel, which that whole song Pain is kind of a representation of his friend's mental state before his friend Joe Casey committed suicide. That will be covered more in depth later on. But overall, I just wanted to wrap up that storyline and give some closure for Austin.
Oh yeah, okay, that's sick. All right, let's get to the second question. What was okay? I guess that kind of answers that, but we're still asking anyways, just to clarify it or whatever the hell. What was the main reason for making this album?
I guess a third reason I could add is just it felt right. This album kind of came to be the same way the last one did because just like the last album, that it was planned to be an EP. This was planned to be a rock EP. That's why there's like 3 rock songs on it. Um, but I ended up like making more songs, and then I realized, oh, this is really going somewhere. I want to fucking make this a project. So I spent like at least 5 months recording it, and then I waited like another like 3 for everything to be mixed. Of course, like some mixing happened over the course of those 5 months, but um, and overall, I just wanted to make a nice, concise little project,
Mm-hmm.
and have it tell a story.
Sick. All right. All right. Let's move on to question three then. Well, this is actually a pretty good question for what you said so far because we're gonna ask here. What was the first song on the album you instantly was like, oh, okay, yeah, this right here, this is the one, Chief. We sauce it up, we cook it up right now. What was the song that was like, yeah, okay, this album is gonna be something cool, or just a song in general on the album that you were like, okay, yeah, this right here, this is fire.
Corruption,
Sick.
because corruption, I had made like a couple other songs on the album beforehand, but that one was like something completely different and special for me because it really was able to capture my emotions and stuff. And plus like the end product was super fucking cool and I really liked it. And it was a song Angel mixed.
Hell yeah,
Josh,
boy.
of course, auto tuned and cut out the breathing, but Angel like did all the major mixing things. Um, just like it ended up such a good song, and I'm so happy that when the album got released, it got more attention because
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of lacking. It still wasn't at 100, even fucking despite being out for months on months. So
Uh-huh.
I'm just happy it got more attention.
Hell yeah. I'm glad I've got the freaking mix of sauce enough for ya. Hell yeah. All right. So, question 4. What are the if there is well, sure, some inspirations, but we'll hear. What are the main inspirations on this album when it comes to, like, your beat selection or the vocal style and the writing and all that stuff?
Alright, so the thing about a lot of my beats, were, of course, there were technically influence to them, but not like as a whole type
Mm-hmm.
of influence. It was more just like what fit the project in that part of the project and that part of the song, like what fit the mood, the vibe, what the lyrics are talking about, what I want to capture in it. So, like, the story was kind of like the biggest inspiration in picking beats, but I would say like the most notable person that I will always mention in every interview to influence me in some type of way is the one and the only Sewer person.
Fuck yeah! Of
That man has so much fucking passion and releases so much music that like I can't help but be inspired by him every fucking
Same.
time.
No, I can't. I can't. I can't. I've been really like super influenced by All Drops Dead, which vocally the stuff I'll probably be dropping is gonna be bootleg Autumn Drops Dead. So I'm gonna be real with you, but we don't talk about. Okay, shh. You guys didn't hear that. Even though that's gonna be in the video. Shh, you didn't hear that. Okay, but anyways, with the fifth question, what was it like making the song Denial, since it seems to be like one of the more emotional or like the most emotional song of the album so far? That stuff.
Denial. That one is literally one of my top five on the album because of the fact of how well the emotions were portrayed in that song and how well the mixing was done with Josh. Like that man, you even fucking said in the fucking reaction that still hasn't fucking come out or been edited yet.
Mm.
That fucking he put his heart and soul into that mix
Mm-hmm.
because like it just brought out so much. Like shit made me cry like 3 times. I listened to it. Like just it just captures like the feeling of actual denial of someone being gone. And this was before like I even really knew what grief was. I was just kind of talking from the perspective of someone that had grief and kind of based off like movies, anime, and like songs and like basically anywhere I like seen grief from.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that kind of made the song even more crazy of that ended up that well. It's because like I obviously experienced grief before. Like I lost my aunt like years and years ago, but like I hadn't lost anything since then. So I kind of really didn't understand. When I lost her, I was like 10, so I didn't really fully understand that concept at the time. But to answer the actual fucking
Mm-hmm.
question, um, it was honestly like a whole new experience. And like when I was just making it, it just felt like I was making something that I knew was going to be like a staple in my career. It's like the second song I would say that was like the one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And I just really enjoyed every fucking part about making the song, especially that fucking last verse where fucking I just go fucking in on it. Like, why am I still fucking living at this point when everything I care about is gone? Like that
Mm-hmm.
fucking part, like even not fucking being in like a denial or grief fucking mental state at the time, I fucking still felt every line of that. Um, but yeah.
That fucking sick. Love it. Yeah, once again, fucking Josh, you fucking body that mix, buddy. Really good song. I love it. This
Oh,
is
I
definitely my
just wanted
favorite.
to say, uh, again, like for the fourth question, because
Mm-hmm.
I only really beat selection part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Vocal style wise, I will say and writing style wise, Quadeca was another influence
Mm.
because that fucking album, I didn't mean to haunt you, is like literally a masterpiece in my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
fucking love that album to death. It captures like the emotions and like everything about it so well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah,
Do you want to answer anything on the writing part of that question? I may not
uh,
heard you, but there's also a writing part when it came to the inspirations.
writing, um. I guess like the number one anime I could kind of like say influenced it was like two animes, Fate Zero and Tokyo Ghoul.
Sick. All right. Okay, so here we go. I got a little note for you right here. So I got some good old follow ups because I'm curious. So we gotta buckle in here. I'm gonna ask you to process about every song. You don't have to necessarily like go super balls deep on all of them, but I do want to know like the main important aspects of each one. By the way, these are not gonna be really in any necessary order, but yeah. So anyways, with question 6, what was it like making Vultures with Akira? Because that song is another favorite of mine. That shit, you heard my reaction to that shit. I was blown away. So I want to know, what was that process like?
Vultures. That one, I will tell you straight off the bat, that was made originally, like and written back in February of this year.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like a long song in development because I think I finished it in like May, and it was intended to have Josh on it, but I gave him two fucking other songs already to like be on. So I just decided to, fucking give it to Akira because I had heard like some of his rock stuff, and I was like, he probably could put something pretty cool on it. So
Mm-hmm.
let me re-record the whole song pretty much. I forget, but there is it's either that song or the song I actually have with Josh. That's the rock song that I literally copied and pasted the chorus for because it
Mm-hmm.
was still in the key and on the key despite it not being
The same
um
beat.
uh more like not it was still the same despite it being like done in Soundtrap.
Oh, okay, got you. All right. All right. Sick, dude.
But it might not be Vultures, and that could just be the other song, but
Oh,
just
okay.
wanted to mention
All
that
good.
part of it. I just really enjoyed making the song overall, because despite how fucking utterly depressing the song is when you look at the lyrics, it's like it's just a very fucking badass song, to
Yeah,
be
no,
honest. Like,
definitely.
and I have like a little edit I made for it, using Attack on Titan. So I'm excited
Mm.
to release that tomorrow actually
Oh shit, bet.
for Halloween, along with a video for the Reaper.
Bet. All right, sick. All right, so hey, you know what? Speak of the fucking devil. Question 7. All right, now tell me, what was it like when you made the Reaper? Because that song is a fucking masterpiece. Go ahead. Let's it.
The Reaper. That song was such a crazy song to come up with because it was like the biggest inspiration for that song, surprisingly, probably gonna surprise a lot of people because of the style it is and like the type of vocals. But the biggest vocal inspiration for me was actually Kai's, specifically the song "By the Creek,"
Mm-hmm.
which I literally was listening to right before Angel joined
Bruh,
the.
bruh.
So I just fucking love that song to death, and like I wanted to make a song like where I just spill like emotions out, and that's like why like the screams in the middle have so much fucking passion and emotion. But the song was just crazy to come up with because I like found the dash beat. It was like a skelly, no, not a skelly, fucking a sewer person in garden type beat. Um, and I don't know, it just like felt I wanted to write another song for that album and like have it connect to the story. So I just kind of wrote it like in the story, like the years have passed. Earth is still this place, like Earth is still iced over and shit, but I'm still here grieving for everything that I lost and everything that happened. Well, Austin lost, but yeah.
Mm.
Um, it's kind of crazy because I was very surprised with the second half of the song with the second verse because like not only did fucking the flow was actually kind of crazy, but also that fucking ending like scream like was just like pure agony.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, if you guys want to know the story, I will be trying to finish that up on Genius, so you can just follow it through there. That's why I'm not really explaining too much about it.
Yeah, sick, dude. All right. Question number 8. This one goes for both me and you. But what was it like making a song? What do I say when I want to bring you back? And because it's like one of my favorite songs I mixed on the album so far. Like one mixes that I'm kind of like proud of. Why? Because I just like how like how it all kind of sounds like it sounds loud, sounds balanced and stuff like that. So like I want to know like your opinions on that too. But of course, I want to know like the process of the song itself.
Now, the song, um, the song compared to the rest of the songs on the album, like it it's probably like my like least interesting songs in my opinion on the album just because of like how basically how like distant it is from the rest of the album. But I still really enjoy the song. And I really like the sound of it, this like watery reverb kind of sound to
Mm-hmm.
it, and the beat's very like it feels like I'm flowing on water in the rain. I don't know what it's kind of like that. And the thing is, just the thing about making that song was it was very weird because I'd never done a song like that, to be honest.
Yeah. The
It's
sorry. Oh, I was just gonna say the closest thing I can even think of because I think it's the same producer if I'm correct is Corruption. Like that's the closest thing because I think it's the same producer, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
corruption is more closer to what I could do, which is
Yeah.
like because of how nothing
Mm-hmm.
knows. But yeah, it's just it's a unique song, and I just really had a fun time making it, and it fits in really well with the story. Despite it being kind of disconnected from the rest of the album, it still has like still fits relatively well in it. And um yeah, I'm just super happy with like the result of it because it's just like it's something just nice to listen to.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives you like a little technical break in between fucking denial and corruption because the thing is, denial is super emotional and then corruption is super emotional. So it's kind of nice to have that break because even though like there are like agony screams for like two parts of it, it's like just still very chill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love it too. The one part I'll always be fucking stoked about that song is the I'm part. That fucking I'm on that beat drop, bro. That shit was hard as hell. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I couldn't help but fucking be like, it sounds like Trippy Red.
Yeah. Oh, Trippy. Oh no, I hear it now. You say it. Actually, I hear that. I love Trippy Red. By the way, I don't listen to much, but when I do listen to him, I do like definitely. No, You know what? Honestly, I think I take small influences from him. I might have to dive a little more into him just to apply to my little vocal techniques. But
I'm one of those people that really only like it.
what do you say?
I'm one of those people who only likes his features.
Gotcha. All right. Well, now let's move on to good old question. Oh, by the way, sick answer as always. But anyways, moving on to good old question number 9. Another song I want to know the process of is the pain and fucking suffering of making "Just Leave Me" with good old Allie. Let's get into this song.
This time I can perfectly explain the fucking whole story of it. Okay, made that song in fucking January, end of January, was just like, let me do it. And then fucking Josh auto-tuned it and shit, and then sent it to Angel to get mixed, and it got out like at the beginning of February. And then fucking I sent the open to Allie, and then she had like a pretty long delay because some stuff like either going on personally or with music. So like it took till April to really like kind of hammer back the point for that song. So like she just told me to resend it, and I did, and she sends it back on like the 5th of May. So I like did the intro and outro for it because I felt like it kind of needed it. Because like still a significant time, especially in the outro of the song. So yeah, I recorded that, and then fucking the angel can tell you the rest.
So guys, I had to do a lot of mixing on this one. I think I overmixed the song, to be honest with you. I think I overdid it. But there was this sound in the intro of the beat, this frequency. It was when the girl was singing. I heard this frequency, and my ears hated so much. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" So I spent so much time trying to fix that bullshit, and I finally did stuff like that. But the process of doing all this, and with all the other shit I was doing at the time too, with other songs mixing for him, oh my god, bro, this. And then we just gotta think of the fact of, okay, we have 3 fucking producers. We have 4 completely different people mixing the whole the whole damn thing. And the whole hell of mastering this fucking song.
Yeah. Because the only reason I created myself as a mixer is specifically because I literally auto-tuned the intro and the outro. Yeah, the song is just fucking kind of wild how it came together. It's like fucking, it's like one of those rare songs where you get where it's just like this crazy fucking overload of shit that happened. Like literally, it wasn't sent back to like either the beginning of September or the end of August, I think. But like overall, the song was just it's kind of insane how fucking much we went through to fucking figure that shit out. Everyone seems happy with it. Like people actually really like it, so I'm happy.
Yeah, I would say I was like, because when I even listened, I was like, I don't know about the mix one, but everyone is insisting that everyone's insisting that like it's like a 9 or 10. That shit. I'm like, okay, well, shit, all right, thank you.
Especially Josh. Josh fucking says like, oh, that's like really your alley, Kurama. The fucking dark lo-fi pop.
Nah, okay, that I could agree with, because that shit is fire as hell. No, I agree with that, because yeah, definitely some more shit like that in the future. Well, we got something a little bit in the works that's nowhere really near the lo-fi type stuff, but like in the future, whenever all that stuff goes on, You should definitely do more of that dark lo-fi stuff like that, because that shit is fire. Cool process of of pain and suffering. I'm glad it came together the way it did. But let's move on to question 10 now. All right, let's talk about another reminder. What was the process of making that?
This song came to be just because I wanted to make an interlude for the fucking project and have a little bit more exposition of the story. Also, I kind of wanted to make like kind of an old style of like emo rap, because I hadn't done it in a while,
Mm-hmm.
or not really done the old emo rap, more like the new age shit for the most part. But yeah, I wanted to do something more like that. It just felt like right at the time, and overall, I really fucking like the result of it. It became a single instead of an interlude. So yeah, there's that, and fucking people seem to like that song.
Hell, fuck
Pretty
yeah.
much all I gotta say.
Yeah, yeah. Sick answer. You did make it quick. All right. Well, then we're gonna go quick and move on to question 11. Let's talk about those bad evil demons you had to fight off with Navy and with that Yami in the back giving them good old orders. How was that like?
Enemies? Well, that was more of a hell for Josh than me. Well, I guess you could say it's kind of was a hell for me, because, bruh, I even sent you one fucking vocal I did where you're like, "Oh, you sound like kill me someday," and then like you're like, except for that last part, because like the key went so fucking off the rails that it was fucking sounded like. It sounded like some alien type shit. That's what it fucking like. But I had like a lot of difficulty with fucking recording that song because BandLab was fucking That's when I first started really using BandLab, and bruh, that fucking shit made me fucking want to throw it out the window. Because another thing is the chorus, bro. I was super unsure with the chorus because, like, I was just convinced that the fucking chorus was not flowing right at all. I was just happy that it fucking ended up working out because of that. And then, like, I sent it once it was finished. It got mixed by Josh. He remixed it. Like, I think he remixed it like 5 different times in the span of like since he got Navy's vocals. So yeah, that song was a hell to do because another thing he had to do, which probably wasn't too hard compared to what the other shit he had to do, but he had to take out like quipping that I fucking noticed in like the second half of the first verse. Quipping. Fucking fuck that shit so fucking much. I fucking hate that shit because like you can't get rid of it in BandLab. You have to have fucking some. You have to have FL or some other fucking studio to do that shit. Josh figured out the timing because the timing was the main issue for him with the song. And yeah, it fucking just became something that I really fucking enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually figured out what the fuck Navy fucking said in his verse because Otto lyric for once actually got the lyrics right,
Of
where I couldn't fucking get them right. So it's just kind of funny.
course, the one time, right?
But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say about the song.
Bet.
I really enjoyed it.
Sick, sick. All right, let's talk about the crisis you had to go through. Did you almost vanish again, or was it not a vanish part two?
Well, I can tell where the fucking last part of that question comes from because the fact is, like, I literally told you that I fucking was still debating if it was actually
Mm-hmm.
Vanish Part 2. Because the thing is, lyrically, nothing relates back to Vanish at all. Like, there's nothing that actually relates back to Vanish in the real sense. The only fucking thing in the song, the only part that makes it like vanish is two things. It's a domestic soul beat. It's acoustic. I'm kind of mixed on it because I like it a lot, but at the same time, like there's some times where I'm like just kind of like overall I liked the result of it.
Nice.
And I fucking the funniest part about in the fucking process of making it was literally when I made that one speech towards like the end or like in between the end and like the shit was literally Angel fucking told me back then that he thought it was a clip from a movie.
Yeah. It did sound like a good friend for me, brother. Sick. Let's talk about the afterlife, shall we? What was that like after fighting out the bad enemies and Well, we thought was vanishing, but not really after a midlife crisis.
Well, simple fucking, it was closure. It was just fucking finally done, not only with the album
Mm-hmm.
and having a high emotion. When Sunrise fucking hit, that fucking shit broke. And like, I fucking love that song Afterlife so much because, like, amazing song just because of how, like, beautiful it sounds. And I really enjoyed making it. It was kind of like it was a lot to fucking like record, but I'm just happy like once it got that second remix from Joss, like it became like so much better. Um,
Hell yeah, let's go. Let's talk about the times when we would both laugh with Splash Gang State Tomorrow because we totally know them, right? We know them on a personal note, guys. Okay, we're kind of cool like that. No, okay, we don't know them at all. We just use their beats.
remember that song so fucking it was made at the same time that I made Blue Eyes. I think you could probably tell by like the vocals I would do and like the sound and how well they go together. Because I think Blue Eyes is literally right before that song in the album. They just flow so perfectly together, and also like I just really it's like a perfect way to start introducing the idea of letting go that person of that you're grieving for. And it's like
Mm-hmm.
the step towards acceptance. Really enjoyed making that song.
Let's move on to question 15, which is last but not least. Let's sit down and let's talk about the sunset. What was that like?
It was just fucking closure. Felt so nice to reach the end. And just like when I fucking listened to like the album with you and the reaction, like that song like actually brought me to tears because it actually felt like this heavy journey that you fucking go on throughout the album. It's like this very personal and very like unique experience to me at least.
Mm-hmm.
Really love like especially the ending of the track with like the whole speech because it was like it was both a part of the story while also being like real in the way like I finally was able to forgive myself in this life for everything it fucking put me through.
Now for the last question. What are your final thoughts on the whole project, and what do you just gotta say to the people who have heard it or who have seen this interview or whatever the hell, all that cool stuff?
I love this project. It just encaptured what I was trying to do so well, and I know fucking people. I love this project. I love what it came to be. I don't care that it's not the most perfect vocally fucking thing ever, or not like perfectly on key. Because at the end of the day, what really made this album for me was the passion and the emotion within. The last thing I have to say to people is thank you, especially now for everyone who fucking ran that shit up because, bro, like the numbers are actually pretty decent for what from what I was expecting. I was expecting like the majority of songs to flop, but the majority of them are at least at in the 40 range. So thank you, and I want to thank everyone who featured on the project, Kira and Navy and Allie. Love all their music and really love their features as well. And shout out to Josh and Angel for helping create this project with.
Hell, fuck yeah. All right, well, I guess that wraps that bout up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for
Well,
watching, and
thank you all for watching. See you guys next video and peace.
all right, peace.